The Crocodile Hunter. On this episode, I'm going to be taking you through the swamps of Kiski and talking to you about the class Reptilia, or otherwise known as the class reptiles. Today, we'll be trying to find all sorts of reptiles, big or small, okay? Let's see what we can find.
The earliest fossil records of reptiles dates back to about 300 million years ago into the Carboniferous period, where we see some of the earliest known reptiles, the Cassinaria, the Hylonomus, and the Paleoceirus. These reptiles were small salamander lizard-like animals that lived in forested habitats. The Cassinaria is believed to be the first amniote, or ancestor to the amniotes. Over time, these eventually evolved into what we know today as dinosaurs or other large reptiles of the Mesozoic era. This era was known as the Age of Reptiles, and during this time, these reptiles were huge and they were the dominant species. For example, the Phytosaurs, or the ancestors of crocodiles, were 12 meters or roughly 40 feet long, which is a major difference compared to the size of crocodiles today, which are about 14 to 17 feet long.
Oh, man, look what I just found. Guys, I just caught myself an alligator. Now, alligators are reptiles along with other examples like crocodiles, turtles, and lizards. Okay? All reptiles have 4 legs, even snakes. Snakes have little bones on the side. They aren't legs, they can't use them, but they still have the bones for legs. Now, most reptiles gain their energy through being carnivorous, okay? Like this fella here. Well, most other lizards are either omnivores or herbivores, meaning that they only eat like fruits or they eat both. Now, reptiles are air-breathing vertebrates, and they're also covered in these little scales that protect them. A vertebrae is simply just an animal or something that has like a backbone, okay? If you didn't have a backbone, you'd be an invertebrate. Well, the special skin that these have protects it from everything. Like this alligator, if it got like went into a bush, it wouldn't really hurt it because of the protective scales. Now, other reptiles like let's say a turtle, its protective scales turn into a shell that it lives in, like its little house. Now, reptiles also have another characteristic that makes it different from all other animals, that they are ectothermic, meaning they're cold-blooded. Basically, in order to have homeostasis, the alligator or any reptile in general, they have to change their position to warm up or cool down. Like their blood warms up to their environment. So basically, say this alligator was really hot, it would have to go to a cold spot to get its blood to cool down. Or vice versa. Say it's really cold, it would crawl up onto like a rock or right here in the sun right here to warm up. Another part that reptiles are also, they reproduce differently than all these other animals is that they're amniotes, meaning that they lay eggs that protect their young. Now these eggs are hard and they have a hard outer shell that protects their little babies, okay? And whenever the babies hatch, they come out looking like the mother and the father, okay? Now let's release this guy and let's go look for more reptiles.
A few moments later.
Hey guys, look at this little fella I found. Now this is a turtle, okay? This turtle is also a reptile. It has all the same characteristics as the alligator I explained to you earlier. So it has that hard skin that protects it. So see, it doesn't have really hard scales here or anything. However, it has it here, all concentrated, so it's super strong, so it can crawl back inside and protect itself. It's also cold-blooded, so whenever it's cold or warm, it will crawl into the sun to get warmer, or it will crawl into the shade to get cooler. Now this fella, he's a dude, so he doesn't reproduce, but his wife or female turtle mate, she'll lay eggs, okay? Like hard eggs that are like hard and protect the baby out in the sand, and it'll cover up the babies so that they won't get hurt by predators. Now this little fella, he's an omnivore, okay? So he'll eat little insects on the water, but he'll mainly eat seaweed and any other grasses or any other plants that are in the pond, okay? So, well, this fella is completely different from the bearded dragons that I'll show you later, okay? That my friend has in a tub that he has in his science lab. Now let's go see those. Here, little fella.
Hey guys, welcome back to the reptile lab. Here I have a female dwarf bearded dragon. Now this little fella differs a lot from the turtle I showed you earlier. They're both reptiles, however this one doesn't have a shell. It still has the same scales, however they're not in the shape of a shell, however all over its body but thinner. Meaning that it's a lot more mobile, so it's a lot faster on land. However, both of them can still swim. They're both omnivores, however this little fella is primarily carnivorous. It has a long tail, but they're both oviparous, meaning that they both lay eggs. Both the turtle from earlier and this bearded dragon here are both still cold-blooded, meaning that they both go into the sun to get warm, and they both go into the shade to get cooler, meaning that their internal temperature depends on the environment around them.
Well guys, that's all for today. Thank you for going on this journey with me to find reptiles. Until next time, see ya!